Hey, buddy. What you doing? You good boy? Huh? So, I temporarily resolved. This is an update video, by the way. I probably should have started with that. I temporarily resolved for the winter my water problem. And I'll first start by showing you over here. What a mud pit. Okay. I gotta scooch down here to walk under this deck. So, as you can see, I bought 2 truckloads of so-called wash sand. Basically, they wash the salt. They wash all the salt and stuff out of there. And hey, babies. No, you get back in there. Get in here. Get in there. Don't bite me. No. No biting. No biting, brat. No biting. They could definitely be brats. So, right where I'm standing here, where all these little brats are, this area I built up so far, I'm not done yet, about 5 inches maybe. Throughout here it's probably a couple of inches. But when it's all done, the lowest part that I'll have built up, or I should say the highest part, I'll have added probably a good solid 4 inches. So there'll be no spot in here that'll be less than 4 inches thick of sand. This corner over here, from about right there to that post over there, is the only area that I haven't covered yet. You can see there's still tiny, I gotta rake all that hay away first, but tiny little mud puddles there. But it was a river. It was a river of water through here at its deepest point. Will you stop biting my foot, brat? Goodness grief. Over here was the worst part. It was actually a hole right there. So there's probably a good 8 inches of sand. It started out a small hole. And the chickens got in there and said, "Whoa, a hole, let's make it deeper." Which they did. So, and I first started carrying it in here with 5-gallon buckets through the door and spreading it around, and then I'm thinking, geez, because you can stand up at that corner, but the rest of it, I'm 6 feet tall, so I got to hunch over. It's only about, in this corner, it's about 4.5 to 5.5 feet. I can stand up with my head in between the rafters and just slightly bend over. But with the rafters, yeah. Floor joists is what I meant to say, not rafters. Rafters are up on the roof. The floor joists are the floor. Stop biting me, brat. Stop biting me, brat. Stop. You know what it is? They're biting at me because they want attention. You guys want attention, huh? You want attention? Meep. So anyhow, yeah, I decided I'm gonna save my back, and so I dumped it in over here, and from here I'll shovel it around and I'll move it. That over there is what I'll use for over in that corner, because I think it's be closer. And then this over here, will get spread all through here to bring this all up another inch or so, whatever I can. And then I'll have to get at least one more truckload, maybe two, who knows. Well, I'll get whatever I have to get, I don't care. It's not expensive at all. It's $23 for a yard of sand, which when I go over there, they always load me up and give me like a yard and a half to a yard and 3/4, so I wind up with twice as much as I pay for. I mean, I don't ask for it, they just load it up that way, so that works for me. So yeah, it was pretty bad. It looks so much better under here, and when I'm finally done, it'll be a couple inches higher than it is right now, and that should resolve, at least for the winter, any water flow problems. And then in the spring, from about where that pallet is right there, I'll come down across this side, and I'll come down this way. Hey buddy, what you doing? You watching? Wonder what I'm doing in here? You probably want to come in yourself, huh? You want to come in here and play with the hens? And then go right out there into that field. So that way all the water will be diverted around this. And in the spring, I will... I gotta get out of here. My back is killing me from bending over. I've bent over enough in here. And then I'm taking a break right now, so after my lunch break, while this is uploading, of course, I will, I'll come out here and finish. At least finish for today. So that's that. And what was I going to say? Oh, man. Brain fart. Hold on one second. I gotta set the camera down. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a slight heel right here, and then that lower part is nice and flat. There's a slight grade. There's a slight grade that goes that way. You can probably see it a little better right here. Hey, buddy. Hey, Mr. Scar. That's Scarface. And that's Jekyll right there, the little one. That's Mr. Black. He's the head honcho around here. He's always been the head honcho. Well, I almost slipped. He has always been the head honcho around here. Even if he's getting his butt kicked, he'll come back for more and more and more until he makes you run away. And I'm talking about the other roosters. He's got that attitude. He does not give up. But he's a good rooster. Really awesome personality. And he doesn't typically start a fight. He might instigate it a little bit because he does his little dance to the other roosters. You know, the dance they do to the hens. So, of course, the roosters, they're not going to let another rooster jump on their back, voluntarily at least. So they'll scrap. And they'll duke it out. And Mr. Black, he always comes out victorious. So here's my hen. I call her Mama. I have her separate because Jekyll ripped out her feathers. I know it's hard to see. On her wings, on the top of her head, and around her vent, her backside. I don't know if you can see that, but on both sides, see her vent. Anyhow, she's healing up. She looks a lot better. I had her in the house, but chickens are a very sociable animal, and so it's not good to keep them separate. You know, I mean, you could separate them, but maybe still allow them to be able to communicate, you know what I mean? So they can see each other. Come on, girls. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. And this is the main chicken coop here. These are my new chicken roosts. I redesigned them. The original design, they came up at about a 30-degree angle. And then they curved into the wall, but it was only slightly. So I decided, because they fight to get onto the top roosts. So I figured if I had several roosts, enough for all of them to get to the same height, it would alleviate a lot of fighting, which I was right. They don't fight anymore. They don't fight to get to the top, because they're all at the same level now. So that's that, and then that's my little exit. I built that little box to help to contain the cold air, so that way not so much cold air can get up here. And this part of the building, like I said, is the chicken coop, obviously, and it is 12 feet by 20 feet. And there's the nesting boxes, which there's 9 there, and then there's the ones that I built originally, which are downstairs in the chicken run. There's 4 down there as well. I'll have to take that one out and fasten it up here somewhere at some point, because if I leave it down there, their eggs are going to be likely to freeze. This hen right here, she's the only one that hasn't had her feathers grow back on her back. Well, I mean, they are, but not completely yet. I don't know if the other hens have pecked some of the new growth out. I hope not. I hope maybe she's just a late bloomer as far as molting. And this one over here too, she's still got a few feathers missing on her back, so I kind of hope that they're not pecking those out as well. There's a rooster there. There's another rooster. These are my Jersey Giants, which are getting huge. They're going to get twice that size. So anyhow, that's my quick tour. I still got to insulate and plywood that wall. I don't need to insulate that wall because that's part of the building. And then that section over there, it's not much. And then I need to do out into the my little hallway or storage area or whatever you would like to call it. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. I did this wall right here. I haven't done that wall or the front wall yet because of all the material over here. As you can see, I got all my material. And I got some extra 2x4s there. And I decided instead of plywooding the top, I just I used some hardware cloth up there. And then of course I wanted to put something in here for light to come through because I don't have no windows on this side. So, and not to mention I can look in there as well. And so extra 2x4s there. Probably about 50 or so. Which I'll end up using them probably all. It would not surprise me if I use them all in this building, because there's still work benches and storage benches that I need to build. My plywood for the which I have extra for the walls in there, and then I got some pressure treated 2x8s, I think, and that's going to be for extending the chicken run. Because what I will do is I'll build the roof, and the roof will start at about 4 feet. I'm not going to build it super high in the sky, and then of course it'll pitch up, so it'll be about 4.5 feet at the end, and then maybe about 8 feet in the middle, roughly. Maybe a little higher than that. I might go 6 feet, only because of the grade of the land. because I certainly don't want to come down this end and it be 2 feet. that wouldn't work very well. So I'll have to figure that out. Whatever the grade is, that's going to dictate the height. So the highest point, which is going to be right about here, will dictate wherever the height is on that building. So it very well could be 8 feet on that end, and then drop down to 4.5 whatever feet down on this end. So, and that'll conclude that. At least, well, I'd like to say this year, but that's not going to happen. I'd have to get all the posts in the ground, and it's just not going to happen. I got way too many other projects to wrap up. I got to finish building a third coop, small coop, which I've been working on. And in fact, I'll just walk around and show you all real quick what I'm talking about. So we have this one over here. That was the first one that well, that was the first coop that's attached to the barn, which will no longer be a coop. That'll be a shed. That was the second one, the ones that are disconnected. And so when I say 3, I'm talking this one here, which is almost identical style. Well, it's identical style, but it's not identical in size. This one right here will be the identical size to that one over there. And then there'll be next year there'll be a 4th one built. Those will be for the roosters. And then upstairs in my little hallway area here, I will build either 4 or 6 4x4x4 coops inside there, and they'll be for medical. You know, if one of the animals gets hurt, or I have to separate them for some reason, you know, for a week or 2 or whatever, or if I have some young chickens and I need to keep them in there until they get a little bigger. So all of those reasons. Got my wood stove going. Well, I've had it going actually for, I think I fired it up, what? Today's Friday. I think I fired it up Saturday, the first time, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, so that's the end. I just wanted to give you an update. Hope everyone is doing well, and I will talk to you in the comments. Have a great day.